ऍक्च्युअली आपण म्हणतो तसं बरं का, त्याला एक हे असतं का, सवयीचा भाग असतो.
So today's resource person has been joined. So I request to roll number 25. Please introduce Nidhi Arora ma'am.
Roll number 25. Roll number 25.
A very good morning to all the esteemed participants. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our resource person for today, Dr. Nidhi Arora, Department of Legal Studies, Banasthali Vidyapeeth, New Gautam Budh, Tonk, Rajasthan. Dr. Nidhi Arora is a highly accomplished, passionate, and dedicated academician in the field of law with extensive expertise in legal research, teaching, and scholarly writing. Dr. Arora has a proven track record of delivering engaging lectures, fostering critical thinking, and nurturing the intellectual growth of students of Department of Legal Studies, Banasthali Vidyapeeth, a university accredited with A++ grade by NAC. She is committed to promoting justice, equality, and rule of law through innovative pedagogical methods and impactful research. Her expertise has brought laurels while chairing sessions at prestigious international conferences, including the 4th World Conference on Women's Studies in Colombo in 2008.
Ma'am, you are mute.
Please unmute. Ma'am, please unmute. Please unmute.
I think some network issue. Roll number yes. Roll number 25. You can unmute them as well.
Yes. Was I audible earlier?
Yes,
No, ma'am.
audible, yes.
Now you are audible.
So shall I begin from the beginning?
Yes, ma'am.
You are audible. You were audible.
Again, you muted, ma'am. Roll number
You are
25. Again muted. You can unmute themselves. Roll number 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good morning to all the esteemed participants. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our resource person for today, Dr. Nidhi Arora, Department of Legal Studies, Banasthali Vidyapeeth, New Gautambuddh, Tonk, Rajasthan. Dr. Nidhi Arora is a highly accomplished, passionate, and dedicated academician in the field of law with extensive expertise in legal research, teaching, and scholarly writing. She has a proven track record of delivering engaging lectures, fostering critical thinking, and nurturing the intellectual growth of students of Department of Legal Studies. Her expertise has brought to her laurels while chairing sessions at prestigious international conferences, including the 4th World Conference on Women's Studies in Colombo in 2018 and the 50th Arnova Annual Conference in Atlanta in 2021. A resourceful speaker, Dr. Arora has delivered invited lectures and keynote addresses on topics ranging from constitutional law, human rights to gender equality, and sustainable development at various esteemed institutions. Dr. Arora has been a resource person in advocating student diversity and inclusive education as envisaged by NEP 2020 with special emphasis on mentor-mentee relationship and achievement gaps at distinguished platforms. Dr. Arora has authored chapters in books on sustainable development and women empowerment, and she regularly publishes in reputed journals. Dr. Arora has presented her work in around 30 national and international conferences. In addition to her academic and research roles, Dr. Arora has contributed to the administrative and social sectors, serving as a faculty advisor, judge in moot court competitions, and as an examiner for UG and postgraduate courses. She has been involved with NGOs focusing on adoption laws and child welfare. Dr. Arora is also a member of several professional organizations, including South Asian Society for Criminology and Victimology, and premier member of Institute of Engineering, Research and Publication. Dr. Arora has also judged moot court competitions in her parent universities and other universities. She is currently also the faculty advisor in TIMSI 1, jointly organized by Banasthali Vidyapeeth, Trans India Law Associates, and Dr. Gopal Energy Foundation, held on 2nd October 2018. We welcome you, ma'am, and I hand over the session to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. So, a very good morning to each and everyone present here. Just give me a second to share my presentation and we'll start. Is my presentation visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, thank you so much. So we in first session we are going to talk about the inclusivity and diversity, right? My title itself talks about it: inclusive education and equity, addressing diversity in the classrooms. It is basically two concepts. We'll talk about principle of inclusivity and diversity, because for a country like India, we use a phrase that there is a unity in diversity, right? हम बोलते हैं unity in diversity मतलब हमारे यहाँ पे huge diversity है on different basis, right? अब कोई भी क्लास ले लो, आप कोई भी क्लास में ऐसे नहीं कह सकते कि यहाँ पे डाइवर्सिटी नहीं है. Each and every class has a huge diversity, right? Whether it is on the basis of language, caste, color, socio-economic factor, learning ability, right? You are going to get a huge diversity in each and every class. So we'll start our session with discussing the concept of these first two concepts, that is inclusivity and diversity, right? What it is. So when we talk about diversity, we'll only talk about the pros, right? So diversity basically refers to the acknowledgement and appreciation of differences in identity among the students. Now, that differences can be on the basis of culture, religion, ethnicity, language, gender, socio-economic status, and very important, what we generally ignore, that is learning abilities, right? So we are having huge diversity and we have to recognize all these diversity. So creating education environment that respects and embraces these differences to ensure that every student, each and every student has the opportunity to learn and succeed. And that is diversity. Now, another side of the coin, that is inclusion, right? So, what is inclusion? Inclusion is basically about systematic strategic effort which is made in each and every educational institution. Why? To ensure that all the students, regardless of their diverse backgrounds, regardless of their difference in identities or abilities, they are welcomed, valued, and given equal access to all educational opportunities. In very layman language, if I say that we should not discriminate among the student on any basis. Right? Cultural diversity, what it is, if you see. In cultural diversity, we have to recognize, respect unique cultural background and tradition that student brings to the classroom. That is cultural diversity. When we talk about linguistic diversity, it involves the presence of multiple languages and dialects, right, among students. And see, each and every form of diversity is going to enrich your learning environment. We'll come to it later on that how it is, how diversity is going to enrich your learning environment, right? Then socioeconomic diversity, what it is? It pertains to students coming from various economic backgrounds, influencing their experiences and perspectives, right? Then diverse learning needs. The caliber, capacity of each and every student is not same, right? So being an educator, we have to include different learning abilities and styles, requiring adaptive educational strategies to do justice with each and every student. Now, even there is a physical diversity. So when we talk about physical diversity, see, the classroom of today is a microcosm of society, vibrant, complex, and diverse. No two learners are alike, right? Each brings what? A unique combination of experiences, abilities, challenges, and strengths, right? And recognizing and respecting this diversity is central to the philosophy of inclusive education, right? So student diversity must not be perceived as a hurdle, right, to be overcome, but rather as a powerful resource to enrich the learning environment, right? So student diversity encompasses several dimensions which include physical, cognitive, social, emotional differences. So being an educator, we need to understand these areas to ensure that teaching strategies are inclusive, empathic, and effective. So the first is physical diversity, addressing various physical abilities. So basically what physical diversity is? Physical diversity basically refers to differences in students' physical ability, and this may arise from congenital conditions, accident, chronic illness, or neurological impairments. For an example, visual impairment, hearing loss, mobility challenges, speech difficulties, or any other kind of motor disabilities. And these students face certain challenges in the learning environment. Now, what are those challenges? See, inaccessible classrooms or washrooms, inability to participate in physical education or excursions, difficulty in writing, seeing board content, or hearing instructions, social exclusion or stigma from peers. Then they, because of that, they are having a feeling of isolation, right? So what we have to do, we have to opt for inclusive approach. What kind of inclusive approach? Education system should be sensitive to the needs of children with disabilities. This is very true. So we should have universal design for learning. Right? Designing infrastructure and curriculum that works for all the learners without any kind of discrimination or the biasness. Then assistive technologies, braille material, screen readers, hearing aids, sign language interpreters, adapted furnitures, right? Even we should have barrier-free environment. How? Ramps, elevators, accessible toilets, tactile flooring, large font size, signage, right? And even teachers must be trained to support students with physical needs, and that is also without discrimination, and very important, without lowered expectations. Students should not be feel discouraged, right? Then cognitive differences. So when we talk about cognitive differences, it refers to the variation in how students perceive, process, and retain information, and that is cognitive diversity. Right? It includes differences in intellectual functioning, memory, attention span, problem solving abilities, and learning styles. Right? It, and learners may be gifted and talented. They may be diagnosed with learning disabilities. Anything can happen. No? So the students who are there with some cognitive diversity, they do face certain challenges. Right? Now, what all challenges these students face? If you see, difficulty in understanding abstract concepts, slower reading or writing speed, trouble with concentration or multi-step instructions, inadequate assessment system that ignores their learning style. These are the certain challenges which are faced by whom? Which are faced by the student who are having some kind of sorry, some kind of cognitive diversity. Right? Now, definitely, if it is there, then we have to go for some inclusive approach. Right? Now, what kind of inclusive approach is needed in these situations? Right? We should go for individualized education plan for children with special learning needs, multi-sensory teaching method, use of audio, visual, tactile, and kinesthetic tools, right? Assessment flexibility, oral exams, if there's a diversity, extended time, project-based assignment, right? Then resource rooms. What is now resource room? Where these students can meet the special educators with special educators to provide the remedial support. Right? So these all approaches, inclusive approaches, we need to opt for the students who are having some kind of cognitive diversity. Social differences. So, when we talk about it, social diversity basically includes differences stemming from students' socioeconomic status, caste, religion, ethnicity, language, family background, geographical locations, urban, rural, tribal, right? And even it includes migrant children, children of single parents, children from conflict affected regions, right? So these children fall within the category of our socially marginalized backgrounds, and they face challenges such as face language barriers in classrooms, right? Dominated by the majority language, then experience exclusion or discrimination based on caste or religion, struggle with irregular attendance due to economic pressures, right? Lack of confidence and peer support, So in such cases, we should opt for other kinds of inclusive approaches, such as mother tongue based multilingual education. If you see NAP, National Education Policy 2020, it focuses on mother tongue at least grade 5, right? So that we can improve the understanding of the student, right? Retention power of the student. So we should promote foundational learning in students' home language, vernacular language, right? Then culturally responsive pedagogies, incorporating examples, stories, role models from all the communities, right? Bridging courses, peer support system for student from disadvantaged section. We should have some remedial program to bridge the achievement gap, right? So that they can come at par with other students, right? Midday meal scheme, free textbooks option should be there to elevate economic barriers. And very important, teachers must be sensitized to avoid unconscious biases, instead foster a climate of empathy, respect, and cooperation among students, right? Then next is emotional diversity. If you see, now what is emotional diversity? Emotional diversity basically involves the range of emotional experiences what students bring to the classroom. That can be anxiety, stress, depression, low self-esteem, lack of motivation, family-related trauma, abuse, neglect, peer pressure, anything. All these are some emotional experiences, right? So these students face other kind of challenges in the learning environment, right? Withdraw from participation. There is no active participation from these students. Exhibit disruptive behavior, which is not the acceptable one. Fail to submit assignments or perform poorly in assignments, right? Then face increased dropout risk. Dropout rates are increased in such kind of students. So for this, we should have school counselors and wellness programs, right? Because because that will provide safe spaces to express emotion to these kinds of students, that what problem they are actually facing and how to overcome these problems, right? Then integration of life skill education, teaching empathy, stress management, self awareness should be there. Then mindfulness and art based intervention, right? So encourage emotional expression and reflection is very important in day to day activity. Build mentor mentee relationship to foster trust and guidance, right? So classroom teacher must be equipped first of all to detect the signs of emotional distress and then refer the cases for timely intervention, right? So recognition of physical, cognitive, social, and emotional diversity is the foundational to the foundational to the success of inclusive education, right? Each child learns differently, not because of deficits, but due to differences that require understanding and accommodation. Right? If you will see NAP 2020, that invites educators, administrators, policymakers to rethink traditional notions of normalcy and move towards a pluralistic, student-centered model of education. Right? So, a truly inclusive education does not merely accept the diversity; it celebrates it, leverages it, and transform it into collective growth and excellence. Now, is there any benefits of having the diverse educational environment? Definitely yes. That's why in starting I told you we'll only, whenever we are talking about diversity, right, we'll only talk about the benefits and advantages, right? There is a huge benefit of a diverse education environment. First, enhanced learning experience. How there will be an enhanced learning experience? There will be a rich classroom discussion, diverse perspective in the class. It will lead to what? It will lead to richer discussions. It will foster a deeper understanding of the subject matter, and it will promote critical thinking, right? Even students will learn about different cultures directly from their peers, which promote mutual respect, social cohesion, right? Then preparation for global workforce. Student will develop skills to work effectively in increasingly globalized industries, right? Then increase creativity and problem solving skills. See, this is an era of brainstorming, critical analysis. What was the traditional form of teaching? Where student used to do the rote memorization, they used to cram the things and they used to write. But in present time, it is very important that students should know the implementation or the practical aspect of the theoretical knowledge what is provided by the teacher in the class, and for that they have to go for critical analysis. They should do brainstorming. So a blend of diverse views will lead to more creative and comprehensive solution to the problem, right? So when they will interact with people from different backgrounds, what it will stimulate? It will stimulate out of the box thinking and innovation, right? And that is the need of an hour. So, what we have understood after going through the concept of diversity, that this diversity is not just a necessity, but a significant strength, right? That enhances educational outcomes and prepares students for a successful and inclusive future, right? Another side of
Oh,
the coin, inclusive edu- I would request the participant to mute.
actually, I have a question, madam.
Yes,
Uh, Raised hand also. If it is okay to ask, otherwise I will ask at the end.
you can, if it is feasible, if you ask in the end. I think might be your doubt is clear in between only. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
You can take it at last. Thank you. So, inclusive education. When we are talking about it, this inclusive education is based on the simple principle, that is principle of acceptance and inclusion of all these students, right? Where students will see their differences as an asset, not as a barrier to the success. That then you can say that we have opted for the inclusive education, and inclusive education is very important. Why? Because of social justice, right? If you have seen our constitution, part 3 of the constitution, which talks about fundamental right, within that there is one article 21A which talks about right to education, right? So it is very clear that inclusive education is rooted in the right to education for all, right? Means there should not be any kind of discrimination or biasness, right? So advocating for equal opportunities for all these students, right? So when we are talking about equal opportunity, this approach supports the dismantling of barriers to learning, participation, actively combating discrimination, promoting an educational culture of respect and belongingness. Another point is of equality, right? So by adapting the learning environment so that it responds to the diversity of students around them. So inclusive education upholds what? It upholds the value of equality among all the students. And when I'm talking about value of equality, it ensures that each student has an equal chance to succeed through customized teaching strategies, curriculum, and assessment methods. Right? But before moving forward, now there's a small question from you all that taking an internal assignment is mandatory for all of us, right? So I just want to know that how you all take an internal assignments. Is there anyone? Is there anyone? Taking an internal assignment is mandatory for all of us. So
Yes.
how you all take an internal assignment in your class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I just want to know how do you take?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
May I?
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Sure.
As it is a continuous evaluation system,
Yes.
so we divide the marks into some of the presentations, class test. Sometimes a topic is given role play or understanding of the students. So we divide the marks into the categories like class test, assignments, role play, presentations, in that way.
Okay, good. Nice, sir. So now there's a small change in my question. That is, whether you give a same form of assignment to the whole class.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
then
ma'am.
According to their interests also, and according to their abilities, we give assignments, ma'am.
okay. Anyone would like to add anything?
Sometime we will give same assignment, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, class test is common to all. Then after that, assignments and the presentations, we give the topics, different topics related to the current scenario of the topic in the what's going on beyond the classroom, and they
Okay,
have to
but
come
you
and
are
present.
giving a presentation. The form of assignment will be the presentation, but topics will be the different, right?
Different.
Yeah, that okay. See, we have talked about different diversity on the basis of learning ability. We have talked about it. So generally, what I do, because I'm also an educator, what I prefer. See, each class has its diversity, right? On n number of bases. To do justice with the student, I just make a pool of assignments. For basically pool of form of assignments which include oral presentation, PowerPoint presentation, poster making, research paper writing, or n number of options are there, right? And definitely that assignment will be related with your own subject only. Topics will be related with your own subject, but I leave it on the students to opt any of the form whatever they want, right? And then I will evaluate, because some might be good in writing skills, some might be good in creativity, some might be good in the oratory skills, right? And if then we evaluate the student, you can say that you are doing justice with the students, right? That was only my purpose to take to ask these two questions with you all. Let's move forward. Then economic efficiency. Educating students inclusively enhances what? It enhances the potential to become the productive member of the society, right? And when they will become the productive member of the society, they will directly contribute to what? They will contribute to the economic development of the country, right? And there is substantial evidence that inclusive education results in better social and economic outcomes for all. You will see that dropout rates have been reduced, employment rates have been increased, fostering a more inclusive society will be there, right? Then community impact. Inclusive education foster a sense of community and belongingness, and basically this helps in building the social cohesion, and this is very important in a country like India where there's a diverse society. It prepares all the students for adult life in an inclusive society in which people from different backgrounds with different abilities live and work together. right? Now, when we have talked about the diversity and inclusivity, now what approach should we follow for such kind of diversity? Role of mentorship plays very vital. If you see NAP also talks about inclusive education agenda in reference to the mentorship, right? So what this particular slide covers, it talks about that what all aspects we are going to cover in the second part. That is, we'll talk about mentoring of students, right? So now there's a small question that how you will define the mentoring. For you, what is mentoring? Is providing an academic guidance is a mentoring? This is today we focus in today's session. We'll specifically focus on supporting individual student, and that is the need of an hour. And this is a critical component, right? Where we'll focus on personalizing education. And this approach recognizes that each student is unique and requires specific support to thrive academically and personally both. So that's why I'm asking how you will define the mentoring. Whether just providing an academic guidance will be a mentoring or not. Anyone?
Apart from academics, we am I audible?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Kindly repeat.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I, ma'am? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, apart from academics, we know the students' potentials, we know the students' EQ, IQ. So, mentoring is how the student can be transformed. What today he or she is can be transformed till the if the student is studying in first year BCom till third year BCom, how we transform the student is mentoring, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Understanding the potentials and going beyond the academics.
Very well answered. Very well answered. Anyone else would like to add anything? No one? Fine. See, when we talk about, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, in our college, while mentoring, we have to tell them all the activities going on in college. Besides that, we have to tell them about the exams and form filling and other things also. So we are doing in mentoring all these things.
Okay. Anyone else? No.
Ma'am, one point I have left out.
Okay.
Yeah, mentoring is how we focus on the personal growth of the student too. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he or she is our student. So personal growth of the student, developing EQ, IQ, SQ too.
Okay. Very well answered, ma'am. See,
according to their needs, I mentor the students.
Very nice. See, mentoring is more than just academic guidance. When we talk about academic guidance, it can be a part of mentoring, but completely academic guidance cannot be a mentoring because that is our primary duty, right? So, mentoring is about inspiring and supporting students to excel beyond the classroom walls, which include both personally, professionally, academically, everything, right? Then we'll explore that how structured mentor-mentee system can be developed and implemented effectively within our schools or educational institutions. And then we'll try to understand the dynamics of building strong, supportive relationship between mentor and mentee. We'll even discuss the approaches and benefits of remedial teaching, right? Because that will ensure that all students can achieve their potential regardless of their starting point. And in last, we will talk about positive attitudinal development. Why it is crucial for both mentor and mentee, and how being a mentor we can inculcate this particular attitude in the students. So all these aspects we are going to cover in the second part, right? So now moving forward, but there's another question that who is mentor? How you will define mentor? Whether teacher is only the mentor, only teacher is a mentor, or anyone can be a mentor.
Anyone
I just
can be
want
mentor.
anyone. Okay. Is there any definition for the mentorship? Sorry, mentor. Sir, you are not audible. How
Hello,
you will
ma'am.
define mentor?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A mentor is a person who helps and scaffolds the person according to his needs and abilities.
Very well answered. Anyone else?
Madam, anyone can be mentor, but teacher can be the better mentor.
Okay.
He know the student academically, and he know where the student can reach, so he can secure his future as well. So I guess teacher can be the better mentor.
Okay. Nice. Anyone else would
Ma'am,
like to add? Yes, ma'am.
hello, ma'am.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
want to differ a teacher and other mentors are informal mentors, and teacher is formal and informal both mentorship. He or she does that.
Very good. Okay. See, mentoring in education, as we have seen it, what it refers to supportive learning relationship between mentor and mentee. Now, to keep the ambit wider, right? I have used certain words to describe the mentor. That is, more knowledgeable, more experienced person will be a mentor, right? Less knowledgeable, less experienced person will be a mentee, right? Why I've used these phrases to keep the ambit wider, right? See, what mentor do? Mentor provide guidance, share resources, offer emotional and social support to facilitate the personal and professional growth of the mentee, right? And reason behind using more knowledgeable, more experience is that because there are different forms of mentoring: peer mentoring, faculty to student mentoring, professional expert mentoring. But please keep in mind that each form of mentoring targets different needs and stages in a student's educational journey. And that's why I say that this mentoring is a versatile educational tool. Yes, someone is saying something. Okay. Educational tool. And this tool plays very vital role in nurturing students' academic and personal growth. Right? So when we talk about peer mentoring, what it involves? It involves students mentoring each other, right? Typically, with the mentor being slightly older or slightly experienced student, right? Within the same institution, right? And this can be organized within the same academic program across different years. But the question is where such form of mentoring is going to help, because the targeted area of each and every mentoring uh, is different. So, peer mentoring is going to help in academic support. Peer mentors often help with study skills, time management, understanding course material. It help this form of mentoring helps if some new student have joined the school or a college, then peer mentors will help that student in adapting to the educational institution's environment, which can be critical for their social and emotional adjustment. And even seeing their peer success, that can be highly motivating for whom? That will be motivating for the mentees. That's why I always say to an educators, provide tangible examples in the class that what they can achieve, right? Then faculty to student mentoring. So this form of mentoring involves faculty member, teachers, professors who directly mentor students, right? This can be in both formal, informal way. How informal? Through the structured program. How in informal? by developing through regular interactions in academic settings. But again, the question is same, where such form of mentoring is going to help. This form of mentoring is going to help in career guidance. Faculty mentors provide advice on academic pathways, career options, further studies, and even if we talk about specifically in higher education, faculty mentors guide students through research project, thesis work, publications, right? Faculty mentors can offer support on personal development, helping student navigating challenges that may affect their academic life, right? So these are the few areas where faculty to student mentoring is going to work. Then professional expert mentoring, right? So professional expert here, first of all, here the mentors are not typically the part of the school staff or educational institution staff, but they are professionals in the field related to students' area of study. So professional experts from various industries mentor students, but this form of mentoring completely runs in a formal program or through a formal program which is arranged by an education institution. So, what are the targeted areas of this form of mentoring? Right? First, it offers students a real world perspective of working in specific sectors, which is invaluable for career planning. Right? It focuses on practical skills, knowledge that are directly applicable in professional settings. And another is very important, that it helps in networking. It connects students with professionals in the industry, and that can lead to internship opportunities, job opportunities, and career mentoring. Right? So it is very clear to us that each form of mentoring serves different purpose and addresses different stages of students' educational and professional development. But one thing what you have to keep in mind, right? All forms of mentoring should align with the education institution's broader objective. You cannot ignore the education institution's broader objective, such as improving student retention, enhancing employability, fostering a sense of community, right? These are the few, right? Now, next question is whether mentoring helps in promoting the inclusivity and diversity. Yes. How? It will foster a sense of belongingness. Mentoring helps students from diverse backgrounds feel valued and understood within the educational community, right? And when there will be a sense of belongingness among the student, right? They will participate more actively. They will integrate more actively. Then addressing unique challenges. Mentors should customize their approach. Why? To address the specific cultural, educational, and socioeconomic challenges faced by mentees, because the need of mentee, of each and every mentee is different. Right? Then sometimes mentor do serve as a role model, right? Because they provide a roadmap for navigating the academic environment, which can be particularly empowering for students from underrepresented or disadvantaged backgrounds. Right? So, fine, we are talking about mentoring. Do we have some policy which talks about the specific working of the mentoring? Definitely, yes. NAP. NAP recommends for mentoring program. You see that NAP emphasizes on the establishment of the structured mentorship program. means institutional framework should be there within each and every educational institution. Why? To systematically support each and every student, which includes integrating mentoring into curriculum, providing training for mentors, right? So because to become a mentor, there are certain skills which are need to be there with mentor. Then each and every person cannot be a mentor if they don't have those specific skills, right? Then quality and accessibility. The policy calls for high quality mentorship which is accessible to all the students regardless of their background. And here, special attention is given to ensure that marginalized and differently able students receive adequate mentoring support. Right? It is not like that once you have guided someone and that will serve the purpose. No. Consistency, continuous evaluation, and adaptation is very important. Continuity is one of the very important feature. So NAP recommends basically regular assessment of mentorship program to ensure that program is effective and meet the evolving need of the student. But now the question is how we are going to evaluate. We have a simple tool for that. That is feedback mechanism. Feedback mechanism should be implemented to adapt and refine mentoring practices. And then building professional capacities. NAP encourages continuous professional development for mentors to enhance their mentoring skills, understanding their mentees' need, right? And stay updated with the latest educational practices and the technologies. Now, how we can establish a mentor-mentee system? I have divided it into two parts. The first we'll talk about certain components and then we'll talk about what all steps need to be taken to implement the effective and efficient mentor-mentee system. Right? So when we talk about certain components, the first is structured framework. Right? Is there anyone who can define that, or is there any definition for the well-defined structure? What structure can be said as well-defined? Yes. How you will define the well-defined structure or structured framework? Is there anyone?
Very well written policy document, the first thing, where responsibilities of each the stakeholder of that system, particular system, responsibilities are well defined, and scheduling, like whom will report to whom. This way, I guess, can be the good structure.
Yes.
Where policy is very important because everyone need to adhere to that policy. That, as you rightly said earlier, that it should in line with the institutional goals and vision missions. That I guess.
Very well answered, sir. Very well. So, well-defined structure basically outlines the roles and responsibilities of both the parties. Who are both the parties in this case? Mentor and mentee, right? Means clear objectives, expected outcome, duration of the mentorship program. All these things should be very clear, right? Then matching process. You cannot randomly appoint someone as a mentor to the mentee. You should opt for the effective matching of mentors, right, and mentees. But for that, you have to evaluate certain factors such as shared interest, career goals, educational needs to enhance compatibility and the potential for successful outcome, right? Then training for mentors. As I told you, to become a mentor, there are certain specific skills which need to be there. with you. So for that, what educational institution has to do? In educational institution has to provide the training to the mentors. So providing comprehensive training for mentors to equip them with necessary skills, knowledge to support mentees effectively and efficiently. Okay? And this comprehensive training will somehow it will include communication skills, sensitivity training, empathy, methods to identify and address the specific needs of mentees. Right? Then continuous support, right? Continuous support and monitoring. Regular check-ins are very important. Regular check-ins and support from the institution to ensure the mentor-mentee relationship is productive, right? And how you will evaluate and what all this continuous support will include. Continuous support will include providing resources, facilitating feedback sessions, monitoring progress at regular intervals. Right? Now, what all steps need to be taken? First, you have to define the objectives and the scope. Right? So for that, you have to establish clear goals. For what? For the mentorship program, which are aligned with the educational objectives of the institution. You have to determine the scope, including which student group will be targeted, what outcomes are expected, right? Then develop mentor pool. When I'm using the word pool, it means the list. Identify potential mentors among faculty, alumni, peers, senior students, right? Professional experts, right? Because if you are having a diverse mentor pool, then only you will able to ensure that or you will able to cater to the various needs of the mentee. Then train mentors. Conduct training session to prepare mentor for their roles, right? For which will focus on building effective communication, empathy, mentoring skills, right? Then match mentor and mentee. As we have already seen that we should offer the systematic approach to match the mentor and mentee after evaluating certain criteria. Why? To ensure compatibility and the maximize the impact of mentoring. Right? Then officially start the mentorship program with an introductory session. And in an introductory session, allow mentor and mentee to meet and set the initial expectation. There's one additional clause. Keep in mind that at in any stage, you are not going to judge the mentee. Right? Then monitor and evaluate. Regularly monitor the progress of the mentor-mentee relationship. Evaluate the impact of the program and then adjust the program as necessary based on feedback and outcomes. Right? Now, definitely, when you are going to start something new, you will face certain challenges associated with it. Right? So, now what all challenges can be there? First, ensuring commitment. Mentor and mentee may have a different level of commitment, and that is the biggest challenge. So, do we have any solution for it? Or what steps we can take? So, for that, we have to set the clear expectations and formal agreements to ensure sustained engagement. Right? Then, matching challenge can be the another challenge. Difficulty in matching mentor and mentee effectively. Right? That can lead to what? It can lead to an unproductive relationship. Right? So, for that, what we have to do, we have to offer comprehensive matching process which consider multiple factors such as career goals, personalities, interest, right? And allow for rematching if the initial pairing is not successful. Do that with an immediate effect. Right? Then resource constraint. Right? Resources are the major problem in India, right? Limited and definitely limited resources can affect the quality and reach of the mentorship program, right? So for that, what we cannot, for that, this particular NAP policy has only given us the solution. If you see, leverage technology, use of technology, facilitate for virtual mentorship sessions, seek partnerships with industry professionals, alumni to expand your mentor pool without significant financial investment, right? Then measuring impact. Difficulty in assessing the effectiveness of the mentorship program, right? So for that, what we have to do, we know that we have a single tool to evaluate. That is the feedback mechanism, right? So for that, we have to develop clear metrics, right, to measure the progress and impact, and that should be used at a regular intervals. And feedback should be taken from both the parties, mentor and mentee, but to continually refine the program. But keep in mind that feedback will be taken in an individual manner, right? And educational institution can effectively implement a mentor-mentee system that supports the individual development of students, fostering an environment of growth and learning, right? And that is definitely going to help the students, and it is a need of an hour, right? Now, building mentor-mentee repo. First of all, this mentorship is based on the fiduciary relationship. Now, what is fiduciary relationship? Relationship which is based on trust is the fiduciary relationship, right? So, rapport between mentor and mentee basically refers to a positive, trusting relationship that facilitates open communication, enhance mutual understanding, right? And this having a strong rapport is very important for the effectiveness of any mentoring relationship, right? Because if there's a strong rapport, then only mentee will feel encouraged to express their concern and aspiration to the mentor, right? So, do we have certain techniques and strategies to build strong rapport? Yes. Mentor should be a good listener. Active listening should be there. So, when I'm saying active listening, it this just not only involves hearing the words, right? But also understanding the emotions and intention behind those words. Means showing genuine interest in the mentee's thoughts and feelings. That is active listening, right? Then empathy. Demonstrating empathy, what it involves? Understanding and sharing the feeling of another person. And if it is there, then only you will able to build a deeper connection and a trust. Consistency. Regular and predictable meetings will definitely help in establishing reliability and structure. And that will definitely help you in building the trust and rapport if there is a consistency, right? Then personalized interaction. As I earlier also I told you that being a mentor, you have to customize your mentoring approach to fit the unique needs and personality of the mentee. When I'm saying that you have to customize, customization means sometimes there's a need to adjust your communication style, feedback method, pace of mentoring sessions. These small customization need to be done as per the need of the or need and personality of the mentee. Then setting mutual goals. The mentorship is based on the collaborative process, right? And both have to work together to set the achievable goal. Both parties have to align on common objective. Then positive reinforcement. Encourage, celebrate small success to build confidence, motivation in the mentee, and definitely it is going to help. But is there any impact of good repo on students' outcome? Definitely, you will see it. you will see that academic improvement is there, right? Emotional and social benefits. If there is a strong rapport, it will lead to greater emotional stability. It will reduce anxiety, depression, better ability to cope with academic and social pressures. Sometimes these relationships can last beyond the educational settings. Providing ongoing professional and personal support means long-term relationships will be there. I will say that I always say to an educators, discuss a case studies in the class where improved mentor-mentee rapport has led to a significant change in student behavior and academic outcomes. We should use such studies for a transformational power of effective mentoring. Right? Then remedial teaching strategies. Before moving to the remedial teaching strategies, we'll try to understand the what is remedial teaching strategy. Now there are two concepts. First, what student knows, another, what they are expected to know. I'm again repeating. What student know and what they are expected to know. There is a huge gap between these two. And basically, remedial teaching is considered as an instructional program which help us in bridging this particular gap between what students know and what they're expected to know. Basically, we focus on providing additional support to help students who are struggling to meet the standard academic level in any of the subject, right? And you see there are many remedial teaching methods. See, when you go to doctor, whether doctor directly writes a prescription to you, no, he will diagnose the problem first, right? Same approach we have to opt, that is the diagnostic teaching, right? Begin with identifying specific learning gap and difficulties. Teachers can use assessments because doctor having many investigation process to identify the problem, but what all test we are having, we have a simple tool, assessment tool, to determine the individual student needs and then customize our instructional approaches accordingly. Then differentiated instructions. Teachers should opt for various paths to learning so that each student can learn in a manner which suits them best. Right? You should offer various form of assignment, adapted equipments. There are many softwares now, different teaching strategies. Right? Use of technology can be one of the aspect. Incorporate educational technology. We have many software. I would request the participant to mute. I would request the participant to mute yourself. Otherwise, there is a request from the organizers to remove the participant.
तो मैम पार्टिसिपेंट को मैं अनम्यूट परमिट कर देता हूँ। अगर कोई पार्टिसिपेंट का कोई क्वेश्चन होगा तो पार्टिसिपेंट चैट बॉक्स में डालें।
हाँ।
I am trying to mute him, but he is not getting mute.
Yes, yes, ma'am. कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
Yes, sir.
Once the session is complete, you all can ask whatever query you are having. We'll have a time for that. Don't worry about it. Fine. So, next is differentiated instructions. As I told you, different teaching strategies are very important. Right? Use of technology, because we have many online resources that is going to reinforce the learning content, engage students in new ways. Right? Peer tutoring. Right? Students are if you will see that if we are going to teach, we are going to inculcate some habit into the student, that is not that easy, but they will learn from their peer at a rapid pace by observing them, right? So involve pairing or grouping students together for tutoring sessions, and that works very effectively and efficiently. right? We'll able to serve two purpose with the help of peer tutoring. What are those two purpose? See, with the help of peer tutoring, definitely we'll assess the underperforming student. Simultaneously, even we'll able to reinforce the tutor's mastery of the subject, right? And conduct the sessions in a small group of students, allow for more direct interaction and personalized feedback, right, from the teachers. I will just take a simple hypothetical situation so that remedial teaching is clear to you. For an example, if there is some public school in which, first of all, we'll diagnose the problem, and the problem is that in that particular school, uh, s- students are performing below average, right, in mathematics. There is some public school in that high percentage of students are performing below average or below grade level in mathematics, for an example, right? Problem has been diagnosed. Now, what kind of intervention is needed? Introduction of a comprehensive after school remedial program is needed, which should include diagnostic assessments, technology assisted learning modules. And if we have done that for a particular period of time, that is for one semester or one academic year, you are going to observe a significant improvement in math score. You will see that the confidence of the students have been increased. Higher engagement level is there. They are participating more actively, right? Then fostering positive attitudinal development. This is very important. Then only students are going to see their diversity as an asset, not as a barrier. Right? So, how we can do that? Right? As positive attitude, we know that it is very crucial in education because it enhances what? It enhances motivation, engagement, persistence, and these three elements: engagement, persistence, and motivation. These are very crucial for your academic success. So, student with a positive outlook, they are more likely to embrace the challenges, persist in the face of difficulty, and view their failure as an opportunity to learn. Right? If if student is having a positive attitude, they will contribute to better stress management, lower rate of depression, overall better mental health, and then there is a direct impact of this is on their performance, right? Developing and it is not like that we can develop at a first instance. No, this habit should be there from the school years, right? And that is going to set the groundwork. So developing a positive attitude during school years will going to help for lifelong success. So, influencing career trajectories, personal relationship, ability to adapt change, in all these things, it will help us. Right? But now, are there any key strategies for that or not? Definitely, there are certain key strategies. What are those? To key strategies in respect to what? In respect to cultivate this positivity and resilience in students. First, mentor can lead by example, or even they can demonstrate a positive outlook, resilience in overcoming personal challenges, and a persistent effort towards goals. Right? Then encouragement and recognition. Regularly recognize students' effort and achievement, no matter how small that effort or achievement is, because that small effort is going to reinforce positive behavior and it will boost the self-esteem. And that's why I always say that encouragement should focus on what? Effort and growth rather than just outcome, right? Then building growth mindset. teach student to have a growth mindset by emphasizing the abilities and intelligence which can be developed with the help of persistence, learning, and effort. And very important in present time that we should teach them to do the negative self-talk, because that is going to help them in reframing setbacks as in learning opportunities. Even in our education institution, we can conduct certain training, resilience training and workshops. Now, what this particular resilience word means, it includes stress management training, goal setting, how to handle the failure, right? Then, interactive discussions on real life scenarios where positive attitude impacted student achievement. That is also going to help you, but that can be done in 3 weeks through the case study presentation, where students will briefly present a few case studies where positive attitude significantly impacted students' academic and personal achievements. Then we can offer group discussions, break the audience into group to discuss similar experiences they have observed or facilitated, focusing on the role of positive attitude and how that attitude they have developed. Then sharing sessions, reconvene and have a few group share their discussions with the wider audience, highlighting the diverse examples and strategies that were effective in the different context. But see, fine, we will do all these things. But the question is, student is with us for a limited period of time, that is 9 to 3 or 9 to 5, whatever the educational institution timing is. What is our primary duty? We have to teach them, we have to complete our course. So from where to get the time for all these things? Right? We should focus on integrating mentoring in our daily activities. How we can do that? First of all, schedule the mentor hours. Right? Designate specific time during the week as a mentor hour where student can meet the mentors. But always keep in mind that scheduled hours will be the less intensive period, such as last period of the day or after lunch. Right? Then try to embed mentoring in your classroom activities. How you will do that? Regularly invite the role models from various professions to speak in classroom, but try to link that session with the career guidance and real world application of learning. Right? Then even we can offer peer mentoring, because peer mentoring promote leadership skills and supportive school culture. Right? Focus on project based learning, mentorship across the curriculum, interdisciplinary projects. That is also the need of an hour. Right? Where use projects that require mentorship roles, where mentor will guide the mentee in research, ideation, execution phase, ask the mentee to link the concept across different subjects, because that is going to enhance the integrative thinking and the learning. Right? Regular progress reviews. Mentor should provide structured feedback on both academic and extracurricular activities, right? Because that will help student in reflect seeing or help student in analyzing their learning and the professional growth. They will able to identify the gap where they are lacking. We can offer group activity, design a mentoring plan. Right? See, there's whenever you give any activity in the group or you give any assignment in the group, please keep in mind that group should be formed by teacher. Don't leave it on the student. Otherwise, what student is going to do? Student is going to choose their own friends with whom they are comfortable. Then in that case, there is no learning. Right? Group should be formed by the teacher, which should include below average student, good performer, outstanding performer. Right? You will see that there is a learning in that particular group. Give them some hypothetical situation to solve. Right? Then allow each group a few minutes to present their plan to the entire audience. right? Once the plan is presented, ask that audience to give the constructive feedback. When I'm saying that constructive feedback, that should be based on what? It should be based on the feasibility, comprehensiveness, and the creativity. And once the constructive feedback is received, discuss with that particular group only that how the plan could be improved or adjusted based on the feedback received. With the help of that, there will be more, the students will participate more actively. They will have feeling of or the sense of belongingness more, right? So in such a way we can integrate mentoring in our daily activities. Thank you. That's it from my side. Open for Q&A. If someone is having any doubt, query, they can unmute yourself and they can ask.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
You just said that groups should be formed by teachers and not by students. But ma'am, choice should be given, na?
No, ma'am. Why I'm saying that? If you're giving a choice, that is only the problem. Now, what they will do? They will choose their own friend with whom they are comfortable, right? Then how there will be some learning into it. There might be some student who will not do anything in that particular activity, right? It will be done by their friends. So there will be no learning. As I told you that each and every student has a different caliber, different capacity. They might be good in something else. So that's why I told you that we should include the diversity from the class within a group so that they will learn.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. Anyone else would like to ask anything? Yes. 62, roll number 62, raise the hand. You can unmute yourself. Roll number 62. Okay. I would request the organizers to unmute the roll number 62.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, madam. At the beginning of the session only, you talked about inclusive education, and there you talked about cognitive differences. Was that just related to the differently able student, or it was related to all the students with the different cognitive abilities?
All these students from differently cognitive abilities.
Then my question is how to identify and whether it is something related to advanced and slow learner then?
So
how to identify the cognitive differences? I mean, practically how to know what cognitive differences students have, and how to identify then, I mean, whether we can identify or tag them advanced and slow learner on the basis of that.
See, sir, that's why I told you, being an educator, we have a very simple tool to identify it, right? But you have to do the those activity at a regular interval to identify where that student stands, right? In a first instance, we cannot judge them, right? With the help of their performance, their interaction, their active participation in the class, with the help of assignments, you can easily evaluate that where that student is lacking, because we deal with that particular student for a complete semester, right? So it becomes very easy, but you have to evaluate all the aspects: assignment, presence in the class, how much actively he is participating when you are asking the questions, how much attentive he or she is in the class, right? And when you take assignments, what any form of assignment, how he or she is participating into it. If you have left, as I told you, that generally give the pool of assignments to them and ask them to opt any of them, and we have given the complete discretion to the student, right? Now see, when he or she has opted for his or her own choice of assignment, form of assignment, then how he or she is performing into it. So these are the small things which we have to analyze.
Okay, and how to identify slow learner in the class? because all these four parameters like physical differences, cognitive and social and emotional, or many other maybe, can be the base for the student to be a slow learner, can be the reason for the student to be slow learner. So what are the measures the teacher should take? I mean, what is the strategy should the teacher adopt to identify the slow learner? Is this only suffice or something else we have to do? Like learning disability is something that we can medically, diagnose, but rest things we need to have some strategy. So
Very
is
true.
there any example or thing that you can give so we
thing
can
is-
identify students?
This thing will suffice, but what we can do in such case, we should give the student every week a small activity to analyze that how he or she is progressing. If you will see, as what I do, what I have taught in the class in a week, then there will be a one class where I'm going to ask certain question. Now they are prepared that ma'am is going to do this every week, right? Then you will analyze that how much he or she is progressing every week. If no, definitely slow learner, fine. For an example, as I'm teaching, I teach law. If I discuss the rule of law with them, right? Now, once I have completed that particular topic, I will ask them, right? Some students will come forward with their problems, ma'am. Yes, there's a problem. I didn't get that particular point. I will explain her again, right? Then again, after a few days, I'm going to ask the same thing with that particular student. How much that student has grasped the thing. That is going to help, sir.
Actually, I have a few more questions, but if other participants have, then they can take the time. If no questions from other participants, then I have some two questions.
Okay. No. Anyone would like to ask anything else? Otherwise, sir can continue.
Continue, madam. Continue.
Okay. So you can ask.
Yes, madam. Actually, you later on you talked about mentor-mentee structuring. And there I understand that as a teacher, I have some mentoring skills needed. But it is not possible that every teacher will have all the sets of mentoring skills. And there you have the solution for it as the training program. Okay. I guess few teachers have certain skills. So in my college, what is the strategy or what is the structure that we have, say 100 students in the class. So we divide 20 students in a group, each group of 20 students, and assign one teacher to it. But not all the 20 students have the mentoring required. That skill is with the teacher. The teacher may not have all the skills that all the 20 students needed for the mentoring. So the better way is to instead of dividing students, we can have defined skills required or mentoring areas, and accordingly we can have the teacher assigned to that area or group of teachers to that area, and all the students can go to that particular group of teachers and get mentored. Is this strategy correct? This is the way the mentoring should be?
If you remember when I was talking about the point of matching mentor-mentee, I have talked about certain factors which need to be analyzed before appointing someone as a mentor, right? See, there are two concepts, sir. As I told you, mentorship goes beyond academic guidance, right? Academic guidance is our primary duty. Sometimes the students which are allotted to you, I don't know on what criteria or what basis, because some institute may allot 20 students to one teacher in reference to the academic guidance, right? So that will serve the purpose. But when we are talking about the holistic development of the student, right, not merely the academic guidance, in that case, before allotting the mentor, we have to analyze those factors, if any, and we have also seen the solution for it, that if any particular period of time we face the problem that particular matching is not appropriate, unproductive, then we can immediately change the mentor. Don't hesitate into it in changing the mentor. Fine, I'm not having all the qualities. I may be good in 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, not in all. So anytime we can change the mentor.
Okay. Can we have the concept of then primary mentor and the specific mentor? This kind of strategy, will it work? Like primary work as the mediator between the right mentor for right area for specific student. Is this way the mentoring can be done?
See, sir, definitely. Whenever we'll have the structured framework for the mentorship program, definitely there will be some staff, some people who are going to evaluate those factors, and then they will appoint someone as a mentor from that particular pool. That need to be done, and that I think that only what you want to say, right?
Yes, because every time no teacher will have all the qualities to
Very
mentor,
true.
but certain person have to play the role, at least have to fake the role for the some time. So student will get acclimatized to the environment and will reveal his problems.
Yes,
So that is my question actually.
very
Yes.
true. And thank you so much for questions. Your questions were very nice. Thank you. Yes. Anyone else
Hello,
would
ma'am.
like to ask anything?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One thing, madam, to appreciate that you talked about scheduling the mentoring, no? So that idea is very nice that we have a certain period of the day, assigned for the mentoring only. So that will organize the mentoring thing. That is very new thing to me as a mentor, man.
Thank you.
As a
Thank you.
timetable committee member also, because all we are worried about where the mentors will meet their mentee and what time is appropriate, because our time schedule is very tight. We have multiple lectures and scarcity of the, like the constraint you talked about, the faculty shortage and those things. So this scheduling in the timetable itself will really help the mentors to meet their mentee. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, just I want to add something. Sir asked one question, how to identify the cognitively different students. Ma'am, we have many psychological tests. IQ tests are there, EQ tests are there, tests for slow learners are there, and adjustment tests are there. By giving this test to the students, we can identify those students also, ma'am.
Very true, ma'am. We can do that, but there's a small one more question is that teachers should be well aware about these, how to use these tests. These tests are there. So for that,
Properly, madam, it is not maintained by colleges. It gives roll number 1 to 20, some lectures, 20 to 40 second, 20 to 60, 60 to 80. ऐसा अलाउड किया जाता है मैम. ये इम्प्लीमेंटेशन आप जो बोल रहे हैं, प्रैक्टिकल इज नॉट कंप्लीटेड any
I'm doing that
question.
from last 7 years.
Yes. So
That's my practical experience that I have observed. I always say,
yeah,
sir.
it is only ideologically things you can taste extra, but it is not possible.
Let's come to this point. See, sir, I always say, saying the things are very easy. Practically implementing is that very difficult, right? Fine, you are saying that. Even being an educators, we run away from our duty. It is not that difficult. I accept the fact that sometimes little bit burden will increase on the teachers to evaluate the things, but that is our duty to do justice with the students. We cannot run away from it because that is not difficult. Problem is that we
No,
don't want
ma'am.
to take the burden on us,
No,
right?
मैम नहीं, ग्राउंड रियलिटी ये नहीं है. इट इज नॉट, ये ग्राउंड रियलिटी आप देखेंगे तो ये टेस्ट लेना, ये मेंटोमेंटी की जो है, वो ऐसे ग्राउंड रियलिटी वैसे है ही नहीं. जो आप बोल रहे हो इट इज टोटली आइडियोलॉजी,
Sir,
ओनली आइडियोलॉजी.
एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, बिफोर नैप whether we were having any education policies, rules, regulations to govern an education sector or not? Definitely yes. Yes, But what was the need of having NAP? And see, merely having the rules regulation will ever serve the purpose? Answer is no, right? There is a need of implementation of those rules, regulation, and policy. And ball is completely in the court of whom? Ball is in the court of us educators who are going to implement those rules, regulation, and policies. But we are not doing our duty. Do it. And you are saying it. I don't deny with your point that many teachers don't do that and education institution don't opt for such practices, but you should see those institutions also who are opting for these policies from last so many years. NAP has came just in 2020. So see, ball is in our court only. That only
No,
I want
no,
to say.
no, ma'am. I think it's only on papers.
You are not getting my point, I think. These are on papers, policies are drafted, but who will implement? अप्लाई कौन करेगा? अप्लाई तो हम टीचर्स ही करेंगे, बच्चों को तो हम ही पढ़ा रहे हैं. हमें इंक्लूसिविटी के प्रिंसिपल को ऑप्ट करना है, हमें अचीवमेंट गैप को मिनिमाइज करना है, वो हम ही तो करेंगे. हम क्या करते हैं? हम सिर्फ क्लास में जाते हैं, पढ़ाया, हमने हमारी प्राइमरी ड्यूटी पूरी करी कि पढ़ा के कोर्स खत्म करा. अरे बच्चों की लर्निंग एबिलिटीज में डिफरेंस है. वी हैव टू डू. हमने जो अच्छे परफॉर्मर्स है टीचर्स उनको देख लेते हैं. व्हाट अबाउट द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर लैकिंग इन समथिंग? हमको उन पे एक्स्ट्रा फोकस करना है, बट टीचर्स नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो इसीलिए तो हमें इस एफर्ट को लेना है टू डू जस्टिस. दे आर द फ्यूचर ऑफ द कंट्री. मैंने एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लिया था कि ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्म ऑफ टीचिंग क्या है, जहां पे बच्चे क्या करते थे? दे यूज्ड टू रोट मेमोराइज द थिंग, they used to do the ratification and they used to write. But kya present time mein this rote memorization will work? No. Now we have to focus on what? We have to focus on the implementation and the application of the theoretical knowledge what is provided by the teacher in the class. And that's why I always say to teachers, never frame your questions which start from what, where, when, how, because all these questions fall within the category of the direct questions. Student will easily do the rote memorization and they will write the answer. Try to form your question paper in an indirect form. Use some situation based question, give some situation based question where student will do the brainstorming that yes, this concept was taught in the class by the teacher and how that is applicable in the given situation. That need to be done. Yes. Anyone else?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Most like. Anyone else is having any query? No? We can take the break of 5 minutes and then we can continue with the next session.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
I would like to ask
Sure.
something. But
Yes.
at what time we have to inculcate all these things in the syllabus?
Sir, your voice is breaking. Kindly repeat the question.
In what time in the academic calendar we can inculcate these things?
Which things?
These things, so the mentorship and all these things.
Sir, academic calendar is always drafted in the starting, in the month
No.
of June.
Yeah. But all the activity, it is full with the other activities, syllabus and all these things. But how we can get how we can spare the time for this mentorship and all these things?
Sir, you have seen my last slide. You were there in the session when I was on my last slides integrating mentoring in your daily activities?
Actually, we face the issues regarding these things because other activities and all these things. Particularly, I'll talk about my subject. I'm from the physical education. So, the colleges are not giving time for us. They always say you have to run your syllabus or run your activity before and after the college.
Is
what
there,
I can.
Sir, I have answered this question. I think you were not there in the session because my last slide, integrating mentoring, talks about it only because, as I told you, because student is there with us for a limited period of time, that is 9 to 3 or 9 to 5. Then how we can inculcate, how we can integrate this mentoring activities, right? So we have to integrate it into our daily activities. We don't have any extra time. First of all, we have to schedule the mentor hours. We have to integrate in our daily activity. We should offer peer mentoring. We should give them some group activities, right? I will share. I think you were not there. We have already discussed in our last slide. We'll share the presentation with you. You will get your all answers in the last slide, what I have discussed. With the help of
No.
all these activities, you will able to integrate mentoring in your daily activity, and you don't need to devote some extra time to them.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. For the last slide, I may be not
Maybe
in coverage.
some technical issue might be there. That's why it was not an issue. It's okay, sir. So, any more questions? No? Okay, fine. We'll take a break of 5 minutes. Then we'll start with our next session. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. My presentation is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Just okay. So our next session will be on the skill development. That what all kinds of skills are there? Why skill development is important, and do we have any educational reform or workforce in respect to the skill development in India or not? Right. So all these aspects we are going to cover in our second session. So the first thing is, what is skill development? What do we understand by the skill development? Skill development basically refers to the process of acquiring and enhancing the abilities and competencies which one require for effective performance in specific tasks or roles, right? So somehow it encompasses a range of activities which are designed to improve an individual skills, knowledge, and experience. Right? These activities can be in both the way, formal and informal. How? Informal way through some training programs and educational courses, or how in an informal way on the job learning, personal experiences, what you have learned from that. Right? So basically, skills are categorized into three types: technical skills, which are also known as hard skills; soft skills; interpersonal skills; and life skills. Right? And keep one thing in mind, that skill development is dynamic in nature and it's an ongoing process. Right? It not only involves acquiring new skills, but sometimes there is a need to refine and adapting the existing ones. Means sometimes there's a need to update the existing skills to meet the changing demand and context. Right? Then hard skills and soft skills. So when we talk about hard skills, which are the technical skills, but see, hard skills, soft skills are like two different sides of a same coin, and both are crucial aspect for your personal and professional development. It is not like that if you have command on your hard skills, you will able to excel, retain job, or there's a no need of the soft skills. No, there should be a balance, right? So hard skills, you can say that these are specific teachable abilities or knowledge which can be easily quantified or measured, right? Hard skills are job specific and technical in nature, right? For an example, programming language, accounting, data analysis, legal drafting, these are the some. And hard skills are often learned through the education, training program, on the job learning, right? But when we talk about soft skills are interpersonal skills, or you can say people skills, right? And these skills refers to what? Your personal attributes and trait that enable someone to interact effectively and harmoniously with others. Skills are crucial for the career success, as they contribute to what? As it contributes to the interpersonal relationship, teamwork, and overall work environment.
Madam, I'm sorry, but I think your slides are not visible now. In case you're sharing it. You can't.
Oh,
Maybe you can
just,
like reshare it. Thank you.
oh, yeah, just give me a second. Visible?
Now they're visible. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, visible, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, both hard skills and soft skills complement each other in the workplace, right? While if you see that hard skill demonstrate what? It demonstrate your ability to perform specific tasks. Simultaneously, what soft skill will do? Soft skill will enhance your ability to collaborate, communicate, and adapt in various work environments. Right? So balancing and developing both type of skills are essential for your professional growth and success. Now, professional skills for teachers and others. As we know that in today's competitive environment, professionals must develop a blend of hard and soft skills to excel in their careers and contribute effectively to their organization. Right? So, hard skills refers to what? It, as we know that it refers to the technical abilities and knowledge which is required to perform your specific job task or your to perform your specific job duties. So, as a teacher, this may include subject expertise, lesson planning, proficiency with educational technology. Right? These can be the few of the hard skills for teachers. For other professionals, it might involve skills such as data analysis, project management, proficiency in software application, right? And see, mastery of these skills are crucial. Why? For effectively executing job responsibilities and ensuring high performance. Right? Then soft skills. Soft skills, on the other hand, encompasses interpersonal emotional intelligence trait which will enhance your personal and professional interactions for communication. See, whenever I'm going to talk about communication, it includes both verbal and written communication. So, clear and effective communication is very vital. For what? For building relationship and conveying ideas. Leadership. Strong leadership skills help in guiding teams, inspiring others, and managing the project effectively and efficiently. Right? Then problem solving. The ability to identify issues when you will able to solve the problem. When you have that ability to identify the problem, then only you will able to resolve it. Once you have identified the problem, you will think critically, you will do brainstorming, and then you will find the solution for that. Right? And that is essential for overcoming challenges and making the informed decision. Right? Then conflict resolution, navigating and resolving conflicts constructively. And if you are resolving your conflicts constructively, that is going to help you in maintaining positive work environment, and even you will able to foster the collaboration. Right? Adaptability, being flexible, open to change, allow professionals to adapt to new situations, challenges with ease. See, nothing is static in life, keep in mind. Only one thing is static, that is, change is going to take place. Right? You cannot avoid that. So, in that case, you should offer adaptability, emotional intelligence, understanding and managing one's emotion, as well as empathizing with others, is a key to effective teamwork and the personal growth. So, developing a combination of hard and soft skills will definitely enable professionals to build strong interpersonal relationship, project confidence, adapt to various situations, and represent their organizations effectively and efficiently. And these skills basically contribute to what? These skills contribute to personal development, career success, and the overall success of the team and organization. Both technical expertise and interpersonal abilities will help you in enhancing your performance, which will lead with impact and achieve their career goals. Now, vocational training. What is vocational training? Vocational training, basically, if you see, it refers to educational program and courses which are designed to teach specific skills and knowledge which are related to what? Which are related to some particular sector, area, or career. Right? And this vocational training is different from traditional academic education, because traditional academic education focuses on what? It focuses on theoretical knowledge. But if you see vocational training, that put emphasize, or that focuses on practical aspect, hands-on skill which are needed in some specific sectors, specific jobs, right? So this type of training prepare individual for direct entry into the workforce by equipping them with industry specific skills and competencies. There are few key aspects of vocational training, that it focuses on skills which are directly applicable to specific occupation, such as technical skills, right? That is industry relevant skills we are talking about. Then it often includes internships or apprenticeships to provide real world experience and hands-on training, right? Then certification and qualification. It provides certification or qualifications which are recognized by industry and employers, and that often led to job readiness. If you are having some skills and you don't have certification in respect to that skill, no one is going to recognize it, right? And vocational training is for shorter duration, shorter than traditional degree program, and that enables faster entry into the job market. Okay? So NAP 2020 in India, if you see, emphasizes on the importance of vocational education, and even it has tried to integrate it more effectively and efficiently into the broader education system. Why? So that student, there's no need to devote any extra time on the vocational training once you have done with your traditional degree program. Right? So this NAP 2020 aims to somehow integrate vocational training into general education, starting from grade 6 onwards. Now the question arises, what student is going to understand at grade 6 in respect to hard skills? We can train them for the soft skills, right? So this approach seeks to provide students with practical skills alongside with their academic studies. Then NSQF, National Skill Qualification Framework, right? This aligns vocational education and training with the need of the job market, right? So it aims to ensure that vocational training program meet industry standards and provide recognized qualification, right? Because if you're attending some vocational program, but that skill is not required by the any industry, it is not the need of an hour, no one is going to recognize that skill, right? Then community college and skill development centers, the policy encourages the establishment of community colleges and skill development centers to provide vocational training and skill development opportunities to these students, right? We have curriculum integration. We have already seen that vocational subjects are integrated into the school curriculum, which allows students to gain practical skills while pursuing their regular academic courses. Okay. and it focuses on lifelong learning. Vocational training is not limited to school, right? But it continues through various stages of one's career. It enables continuous skill enhancement. Then collaboration with industries. The policy emphasizes on collaboration between educational institutions and industries to ensure that vocational training is aligned with the current job market demand. So, by focusing on these aspects, we can bridge the gap between what education and the employment. There's a huge gap in India between education and employment. So, we have to focus on enhancing the employability of graduates, right? And supporting economic growth, and how you will able to support the economic development of the country when we'll have the productive member of the society, or we'll have the skilled workforce, then only our economic development of the country will be enhanced. Now, why skill development is important? Skill development holds a significant importance in the contemporary world for many reasons. First is, again, it is very important, that is economic growth and competitiveness. In a rapidly evolving global economy, businesses and economies need a skilled workforce to remain competitive, right? So skill development is going to help in bridging the gap between skills employers need and the abilities. I would request the participant to mute. Thank you. So, we are at skill development will definitely help in bridging the gap between the employer's need and the ability worker possess, right? And that led to what? That led to increased productivity and economic development. Then employment opportunities. As job market becomes more competitive, having a diverse set of skills increases employability, right? So individuals with relevant skills are better positioned to secure jobs and advance in their careers. And skill development also supports entrepreneurship by equipping individuals with the skills they need to start and run successful business. Right? Then adaptability to technological change. See, there's a rapid advancement of technology. If I say that we can stop the rapid advancement of technology, whether that is practically possible? Right? So, technological advancements are transforming industries and job roles. Continuous skill development will ensure that individuals can adapt to new technologies and tools while staying relevant in their fields. Right? So, this adaptability is crucial for maintaining job security and career progressions. Right? Then, personal growth and fulfillment. Beyond professional benefits, skill development contributes to what? It contributes to your personal growth and satisfaction. If you acquire some new skills, that will lead to a sense of accomplishment. It will boost your confidence. It will enhance your overall quality of life. Right? So it allow individuals to pursue their interest and passion, leading to a more fulfilling personal and professional life. Right? Then addressing skill gaps. Skill development is vital for what? It is vital for addressing the skill gap within the workforce. So, identifying and addressing these gaps will help in ensuring that there is a match between skills which are viable in the job market and the skills which required by the employers, right? And that is going to improve the overall economic efficiency, because if you say I'm having skills But if those skills are not needed in the job market or that is not required by the employers, why employers are going to hire you? Right? Then innovation, problem solving. Kindly mute yourself. Then innovation and problem solving. Skilled individuals are better equipped to tackle the complex problems. They will able to contribute to innovation. How? They will do the brainstorming, creativity, innovation in solving any particular problem. So skill development fosters critical thinking and creativity, right? And this critical thinking and creativity is very important for solving the challenges and deriving progress in various fields, right? Then social and economic inclusion. Effective skill development programs can promote social inclusion. How? By providing opportunities for marginalized and underrepresented groups to gain valuable skills. This inclusion will help in reducing inequality, foster a more equitable society, right? Even the people in rural area, they will able to start there some small scale industry, right? Sorry. There are three concepts now: growth, maturity, and development, right? See, all these three concepts are foundational concepts in understanding how the individual or any systems evolve over time. But these concepts are interrelated. These concepts are interrelated but different. How? When we talk about growth, what is growth? Growth refers to the increase in size, quantity, capacity, right? So basically, growth is measured in what? Concrete terms, right? Physical size, number, output. Maturity denotes the state of being fully developed or having reached to a certain level of experience and understanding, right? So it often involves the ability to make informed and reasoned decision and in handling a complex situations, right? Then development encompasses the overall progress or evolution of a person, system, or process. It includes both growth and maturity, but it extends to qualitative improvement such as enhanced capabilities, adaptability, sophistication, right? So it is very clear growth is about what? Growth is about acquiring more knowledge or skill. Maturity is about applying that knowledge or skill with experience. Development is about evolving and integrating both growth and maturity to achieve higher effectiveness and compatibility, or you can say effectiveness and adaptability, right? Now, there are three key components of skill development: ability, innate potential; skill, acquired proficiency; competence, effective applications of skill. So, when we talk about innate potential, right? Innate potential is about your natural talent, your inherent skills, your aptitude, which a person is having from birth, right? So it is seen as raw foundational capability that can be developed further. We'll take just a simple example for that. A person with a natural aptitude for music. I'm repeating, a person having a natural aptitude for a music, right, might have a innate sense of rhythm and a pitch, right? So this potential provides what? This potential provides a foundation upon which musical skills can be developed, right? Then skills acquired proficiencies, right? Skills are specific proficiency which you acquire through practice, training, and experience. Right? So they are the learned abilities that can be refined and applied in various contexts. For an example, a software developer, right, learns coding, language, right? Then software development methodologies through formal education and practice. So these skills are acquired over time or through the experiences. These are not your inherent skills, right? Next, third component is competence, effective application of skills, right? So competence refers to the ability to effectively apply skills and knowledge to achieve desired outcome, right? So competence is the combination of both innate ability and acquired skills, which demonstrate practical effectiveness in the real world scenarios. For an example, if some project management manager is there who not only know project management techniques but can also apply them effectively and efficiently to manage complex projects, right? Lead team, achieve project goals, demonstrate high, and that basically demonstrate the high competence, right? Now, life skill and skill gap, right? So, life skills are essential for what? Life skills are essential abilities that enable individual to effectively navigate through various aspects of life. Okay? And these skills are crucial for your personal development, your professional success, and overall well-being. These life skills goes beyond academic knowledge and technical skills. It focuses on practical and interpersonal abilities such as communication, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, problem solving, time management, right? See, and even life skills play a vital role in your personal and professional life. How in personal life? See, life skill will enhance an individual ability to manage personal responsibilities and relationship. For an example, if effective communication is there, then that will lead to a better relationships with family, friends, time management skill that will help in balancing work, study, leisure activities, right? How in professional life, in the workplace, life skills are critical for career advancements and job performance, right? So communication skills are vital for teamwork and leadership. Critical thinking help in strategic decision making. Emotions intelligence will improve interaction with colleagues and clients, right? Then what is skill gap? If you see, right now we have talked about the skills. Now skill gap. Skill gap is basically a discrepancy between the skill that employers require and those that job seeker possess. I'm repeating. It is a gap, it is a discrepancy, it is a lacuna, whatever you say, between the skills employers require and those which job seeker possess, right? Basically, skill gap represents the shortfall in the skills, and these shortfall impacts an individual employability or productivity in the workplace, right? So if you see the current trends and statistics of it, World Economic Forum Future of Job report, it clearly says that many industry face skill shortage in areas such as data analytics, artificial intelligence, cyber security. For example, see, there's a rise in digital technologies, and that has created a demand for what? Tech savvy professionals. But yet, there remain a significant shortage in individuals with these skills. Then regional trends. Uh, in many developing countries, you will see that people are lacking in the basic skills only, that is literacy and numeracy, and that hinder workforce participation and economic growth. Then sector specific trends are देखिए. So the healthcare sector often experience skill gap. Why? Due to rapid technology advancement in medical technology. Right? There's a demand for skilled nurses, medical technicians is growing day by day, but yet there's a shortage of qualified professionals in these fields. But what is the impact of this skill gap on employment and economic growth? There's a huge adverse impact. Skill gap has led to what? Higher unemployment rates. As individuals without the required skills, they struggle to find the job. We always say that there's a less job opportunities. And fine, I accept that fact also. But completely responsibly that we have less job opportunities not the, will not serve the purpose. Even we are lacking in the skills which any industry needs, employer needs, right? That's why we are focusing on the skill development, right? So this mismatch between job seeker qualification and employers needs can also lead to an unemployment where individuals are working in roles that do not fully utilize their abilities, right? Then even there's an impact on economic growth. Skill gaps can hinder economic development by reducing productivity and innovation. Right? So, for example, if there's a lack of skilled workers in manufacturing sector, what it will do? It will slow down the production process and technological advancement, and that will affect what? Overall economic performance. Right? Then business performance. Now, as we know, this is the time of startups. Companies may face increased cost related to recruitment, training, turnover if they cannot find employees with the necessary skills. For example, a tech company that struggles to find the qualified software developer by experience and that may experience delay in product development and a competitive disadvantages. Right? But now, how to address this skill gap? There are 4 stages to address this skill gap. Identify the skill. Identification need to be done. Addressing skill gap is crucial process in educational and professional development both. It involves identifying the area where the skills are lacking. Then developing targeted training programs. Attend those programs to upgrade your skill, to upskill yourself, and implement effective solutions, right? And then continuously evaluate the progress to ensure that gaps are being closed. Now, what are new generation skills? Emerging skills for the new generation. The rapid evolution of technology and globalization, you see, that has led to a significant shift in the skill sets required in the modern workforce. The new generation skill basically encompasses digital literacy, soft skills, technical skills, and all these are very crucial for adapting to the ever changing professional landscape. So, when we talk about digital literacy, right? Digital literacy refers to the ability to effectively use digital tools and technologies to access, evaluate, and create information. Right? And this includes a range of skill from basic computer use to advanced data management. Right now, how we are connecting? We are also connecting through the technology. Earlier, before COVID, we don't use this. We haven't used this mode so in so frequent manner, right? But now we are opting for it seminars, workshops, training programs are conducted in the hybrid mode or only in the online mode, right? So digital literacy is foundational for virtually all modern jobs. It enables individuals to navigate digital platform, utilize productive tools, and communicate effectively in digital environment. And as organizations increasingly rely on technology, employees must be comfortable in using digital tools to stay relevant and competitive. Right? Then soft skills. Soft skills are non-technical abilities, interpersonal skills that relate to how individuals interact with others. This includes emotional intelligence, communication, problem-solving skills. Right? But soft skills are essential for what? For your professional success, as they complement the technical abilities and facilitate effective workplace interaction. And these skills are important for roles that require team collaboration, customer interaction, or leadership. Then technical skills. Technical skills refers to specialized knowledge or abilities which one requires to perform specific task or role. This includes a range of skill from coding to data analysis, anything. So, technical skills are in high demand as industries, if you see, continue to evolve with technological advancement, and proficiency in these skills can lead to what? It can lead to career opportunities in fields such as software development, data science, engineering, right? So, in such a way, all these skills are very important. Then, skill mapping. Right? Skill mapping can be done in two ways: vertical mapping and horizontal mapping. Right? So, basically, first of all, what is skill mapping? Skill mapping is a strategic process which is used by any organization or education institution to identify, assess, and align the skills of individuals with the requirement of specific roles, projects, or objectives. Right? And this process helps in understanding skill gap and then facilitating training programs for that particular gap and enhancing overall talent management. Okay. So now what is vertical mapping, if you see? Right? Vertical mapping refers to the process of analyzing and organizing skills within a specific career ladder or sector. Right? When you're moving upwards in a same career, this type of mapping focuses on the progression of skills required as one move upward through different levels, but within a same profession or industry. Right? So it helps in understanding the competencies needed at various stages of careers, from entry level position to senior role, and that is vertical mapping. For an example, IT sector. Right? Entry level, a software developer may begin with knowledge in programming language like JavaScript. As he moves upward into a senior developer role or software architect, he would need skills in system design, advanced programming language, and leadership. Right? So that is vertical mapping. In a same career, he is moving upward. Horizontal mapping, basically, if you see, it involves analyzing and organizing skills across different industries or sector. Means same skill can be used in different sectors. Right? So it is also known as transferable skills, which are applicable across various fields and roles. Right? So it helps in understanding how skills can be leveraged in different contexts, promoting flexibility and adaptability in the workforce. Right? We'll take an example for that. A project management skill. Now, what are project management skill? Planning, budgeting, team management, team coordination, right? Now, these skills are applicable in various sectors such as construction, IT, healthcare. So, a project manager from the construction industry can apply these skills to manage IT projects also, healthcare initiative projects also. That is horizontal map, right? So, it is very clear that vertical mapping help in understanding skill progression within a specific industry or career path, which helps in career planning and development. And horizontal mapping facilitates the transfer of skill across different industries, and that promotes workforce adaptability and broader skill application. Right? Whether somewhere NAPS talks about it, NAP 2020. Yes, definitely. NAPS talks about the skill mapping. If you see how NAP encourages flexible curriculum that supports skill development at different education levels, and that facilitates vertical mapping. Even it promotes the inclusion of vocational courses at different stages of education, supporting vertical skill development pathways. Right? Even this policy supports various skill development initiatives that can be mapped horizontally across different sectors, enhancing ability and career mobility. Right? So, vertical and horizontal mapping are very crucial tools for understanding and planning the skill development in alignment with career goals and industry demands. Right? Then only we'll able to ensure that individuals are well prepared for a dynamic and evolving job market. Right? But now the question is how to improve these skills. Whether we able to improve these skills? Yes. First, what we say to students, practice makes men perfect. हम बच्चों को यही बोलते हैं, practice makes men perfect. Same thing we have to follow here. Right? Practice our skills. Right? Engaging in regular practice is essential for skill enhancement. Higher education institution can implement structured practice sessions, right, within their curriculum. This could include stimulations, project-based learning, hands-on activities that allow students to apply theoretical knowledge in real-world scenarios, creating a culture of continuous improvement through practical assignments that help students refine their skills over time. Nothing is possible at a first instance. You have to be patient. You have to give a reasonable period of time. Right? Then observe other professionals. Observational learning can significantly enhance the skill development. Institutions can facilitate opportunities for students to shadow professionals in their field, which can include guest lecture, industry visits, or collaborative projects with business. So, observing the techniques and approaches of experienced professionals provide valuable insights and inspire students to adapt best practices in their own work. Right? Then attend workshops and conference, because these platforms for skill developments and networking plays vital role. Education policy should encourage institution to host or subsidize attendance at such events. Right? These gatherings often cover the latest trends, tools, and techniques in various fields. Right? So it allows students to broaden their knowledge and skills while connecting with industry experts and peers. Right? And whenever you ask for the feedback, please keep in mind that feedback should be the constructive feedback, because constructive feedback plays a vital role for skill improvement. Educational institution should create a culture where feedback is regularly and sought and provided. This can be achieved through peer evaluation, self assessments, instructors' critics, and this encouraging students to actively seek feedback on their work not only help students in identifying their area for improvement, but also foster a growth mindset, continuous learning. Now, upgrading skill development initiatives. We'll talk about a few national initiatives which are taken in India, and even we'll talk about one international initiative in respect to the skill development initiative. Right. So the first initiative is in respect to the role of government, private sector in skilling program. Whenever we talk about initiatives, the first thing which comes to our mind is government. Okay? So, government, private sector partnerships, and public private partnerships. All these three play very vital role. How? See, from where you will get the financial support. Government funding and subsidies will be there to promote the skill development program, infrastructure development, and capacity building. Right? Who is going to frame the policy? You? No. Government. Formulation of policies, regulatory frameworks to support skill development initiatives, right? Ensuring alignment with industry needs. This work also will also be done by whom? Government. Then private sector participation means we have to focus on industry partnerships. Collaboration with private sector firms should be there. Why? To design the curriculum, to offer internships, and ensure that training programs are aligned with the industry standards. What is the demand of industry in present time? Then many corporate contributes to skill development through CSR initiatives, right? Corporate social responsibility, supporting training centers, skill development academies, right? Then we have public-private partnerships, PPPs. Now, PPPs through skill sector councils facilitate industry participation in curriculum design, certification programs, ensuring relevance and quality of skill training. And these are jointly funded by government and private sector to foster innovation and skill enhancement. Now, National Skill Development Policy 2015. What is the objective of this particular policy? You see, the first objective of this particular policy is to create skilled workforce. This is the primary objective, right? To create skilled workforce with employable skills and to meet the growing demand of industries across these sectors, right? Then enhance employability. The policy aimed to enhance what? Employability of whom? Of youth, and provide opportunities for lifelong learning and skill upgradation. Right? Even this policy focuses on inclusive growth. Right? Emphasize on inclusive growth. How? By focusing on marginalized community, women, differently abled individuals, ensuring they benefit from the skill development programs. Right? Now, is there any impact of this particular policy on higher education institution or not? Definitely yes. What impact is there? That integration of vocational education is there. 2015 policies spurred the integration of vocational education into the mainstream higher education, right? Because earlier what student used to do, that once they complete the traditional degree program, then they go for some vocational program, vocational education, right? Means they have to devote some extra time. But now this has been incorporated in higher education only, like Bachelor of Vocation program. These programs help in bridging the gap between academic learning and industry requirements by providing specialized skill training, right? Then curriculum reform. Higher education institutions revised their curriculum to align with the 2015 objective, incorporating skill development modules, practical training components, and this shift aimed to enhance students' employability and readiness for the industry roles. Right? Then enhance industry collaboration. The policy encouraged higher education institutions to collaborate closely with industries through internships, apprenticeships, and industry academia partnership. And this collaboration basically facilitated real world learning and experience. And it was ensured that curriculum remain relevant to industry needs. Then only it will serve the purpose, otherwise it is of no use. Then National Skill Index. Now, National Skill Index is basically designed to measure and evaluate the skill development ecosystem in India. Its primary objective is to provide a comprehensive assessment of the skill development landscape across various sectors and states. Okay. So, the National Skill Index aims to identify the strength, gap, and area for the improvement of aligned skill development initiatives with the country's economic need. Right? So, what methodology do they opt for the analysis? The first is what they will do. They will collect the data, variety of data from which sources: survey of skill development program, employment data, feedback from industry stakeholders. Data is even collected from governmental agencies, education institution, and industry bodies. Right? Then they once the data is collected, there are certain key indicators which are used in the NSI, such as number of skill development program, enrollment rate, completion rate, placement statistics, and the alignment of these programs with industry requirement. And once data is evaluated on the basis of those indicators, then scoring and ranking will be done. States and sectors are scored based on their performance across these indicators, and the scores are then used to give the rank to different sectors and regions, right? Providing a snapshot of what overall skill development environment. Right? So there are some you will see key findings of this. Sometimes they give their findings on the basis of regional disparities, sector gaps, program effectiveness. These are the three areas on the basis of which NSI generally give its findings. Now, this is the international initiative UNESCO Program 21. Now, UNESCO Program 21 basically aims to foster sustainable development, but sustainable development through skill development and education. So, the primary objective of this includes enhanced educational quality, improving the quality and relevance of education and training programs to meet the needs of a rapidly changing global economy. Right? Then promoting lifelong learning, encouraging continuous learning and skill development throughout an individual life. Right? Then addressing global skill gaps, identifying and addressing skill gaps which impacted economic development and social inclusion in an adverse way. Right? Now, is there any link between skill levels and the economic growth? There is a direct link. Right? Skilled workers are more productive, which contribute to higher output and economic growth. For an example, in the IT sector, skilled software developers, engineers derive innovation, efficiency, and that will lead to what? That will lead to increased productivity and business growth. Then increase employment opportunities, right? How skill development reduces unemployment, by aligning the skills of the workforce with market demand. Right? So again, we'll take an example. The introduction of vocational training program can prepare individuals for specific industries, leading to higher employment rates. Right? Then economic diversification, skill development supports economic diversification. How? By fostering new industries and sectors. See, now training in renewable energy technology can definitely help regions transitions from traditional industry to green technology, because now we are trying to shift towards renewable energy. It will create new opportunities, new economic opportunities, right? Now, projected trends and their potential impact. First, automation and digitalization. Right? We know about it. As automation and digital technologies are advancing at rapid pace, and there will be a growing demand for digital skills. So the future workforce will need to adapt to new technologies, right? Requiring continuous skill development to stay relevant. As I told you, if I say that technological advancement can be eliminated or stopped, no, that is not practically possible. Right? We have to align with it. Then green economy. The shift towards the green economy will also create new job opportunities in sectors like renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, environmental conservation, right? So training program which focuses on green skills will be very crucial for preparing the workforce of these emerging fields, right? Lifelong learning. The concept of lifelong learning will become increasingly important, because as industries will evolve rapidly, right? So continuous skill development and upskilling will be necessary to meet changing job requirement and maintain employability. So these are the few projected trends and their potential impact. So while concluding today's session, I would just say that embracing these emerging trends and policies recommendations will be crucial in shaping a robust and responsive skill development ecosystem in higher education. So, by aligning with the goals and principles of NAP, we can create a future-ready workforce which is equipped with the skills and competencies which are needed to thrive in the global economy. Thank you so much. That's it from my side. Open for Q&A. If someone is having doubt, any questions they may ask. No doubts, no questions, no queries. Yes. Anyone? No one is having? Fine. If no one is having any doubt, we can conclude the session.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 26, vote of thanks. Roll number 26, are you there? 26.
Madam, I think roll number 25, I had to present the vote of thanks.
You are 20. Sorry. Roll number 25. Okay. Sorry, ma'am.
So good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks for today's very insightful session, initially on the mentor-mentee relationship and then later on on the skill development. On behalf of our entire group, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. Nidhi Arora for taking the time to be with us and sharing such valuable and thought-provoking talk. I think your talk has illuminated the importance of mentorship, the responsibilities on both the sides, and how meaningful these relationships can be when they are nurtured with, mutual respect, trust, and of course, guidance. You began your session on inclusivity and diversity in education, highlighting on the various kind of students we may get in a classroom. And I think with the world getting more and more global day by day, a talk like this becomes more relevant. You didn't just speak about mentorship. I think you've also inspired us to reflect on how we can become better mentors. And you shared with us the importance of having interactive discussions as well, like discussions on real life scenarios, which can actually positively shape the attitude of the students. The examples and the insights that you have shared with us have, I think certainly planted seeds that will grow in many minds of the faculties here today. In the next session, vocational training, you focused on vocational training and skill development, and of course, its importance and the key components of skill development that's really important. You also focused on the role of government and the private sector collaboration with it to design more and more, relevant skill-based programs. I think a very heartfelt, sincere thank you to all the participants for attention and engagement, and of course to the organizers who made this session possible. And I once again thank you, Dr. Nidhi Arora, for your time and wisdom, and of course for your presence. Let us all take forward the essence of today's session and strive to build a more impactful and respectful, and of course a more enriching student-faculty relationship in our respective paths. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. All the best to each and every participant for the future endeavor, and even all the best for the test which is going to take place in last for securing the certificate. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Very good.
Shall we leave the meeting?